Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Russ Lawton on Tony Markellis.
There's a couple sad things that have happened with Trey over the past couple years.
Yes.
You want to talk about Tony and James a little bit?
Sure. I met Tony when I was 22 years old. He used to come out to see this band Zebra that I was in. And I never forget, I came out and it was a hot summer night. I just started coming up to Vermont. I was living in Woodstock, New York then. I would drive back and forth. And he came up to me, hey, it sounds really good, man. I love you playing. And we became friends that night. And he was in this band Kilimanjaro. So we were on the side of the same circuit. And we got to be really close, and we start doing gigs together. And I'm very fortunate that when Trey was looking to do that band, he goes, well, who do you want to play drums? Well, let's try my buddy Russ. And he was looking for a little bit of the, African influence that I have. I'm not no expert at it, and a lot of years we played together from 98 till it was 2-3 years ago now. And
I saw you at the 930 Club in '99.
Wow, that was
the trio.
One.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Oh man, I love that one. But that was but I always think of that one because that was the night. That's the benchmark groove and tempo for Gotta Jaboo. It was like that's the
gold standard.
But back to Tony, I mean he's friends with my wife and my daughter and all these years, and we still think about him all the time. I'm like, oh, Tony, we want to see Tony, and I drive by Saratoga where he lived, and I always put my hand over my heart and I miss that guy so much, He's an old friend, he's an old friend. I'm like, I knew that guy.
That's a lot of years being road warriors together there.
Yeah, it really is. And and he's really helped me, especially they had this Unknown Blues band. It was like a traditional blues, and I could play a shuffle and stuff, but it was like that next level. It was like I was the Stevie Ray style, and they were doing like the Ray Charles style. It was like, I never forget one night, it was like we're playing. I'm like so nervous playing with him. I go, Tony, how was it? He goes, your bass drum's a little square. I'm like, uh-oh. So very lovingly, but it's like, oh, okay. So lighten up in the bass drum. You learn, learning, I got it though, and I think I play it better now because of him. But yeah, and then
your bass drum square, that's great.
But he was right. I mean, it depends who you're playing with. Those guys had the trad thing down.
Yeah. And James, I guess you only knew a few years, but
yeah,
he had a big impact on the audience. I mean, the love that went out for that man.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's 10 years that we played together. If you can believe that.
Wow.
I think it was 2012. Time just flies by. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because that Traveler album he jumped on. He didn't play on it, but he's got on with that album. But James too. It's like, oh my God, I think he's still here. It's like I'm thinking about it, and it's tough. He's such a great musician and guy, and wow, it's just. Yeah, it's pretty humbling. We're doing a thing, and they're doing a thing at the Brooklyn Bowl performance in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to go down, and my wife and I are going to go down and Ray. And life has gotten really serious. A lot of musicians I know have passed my age and stuff, and it
starts to happen. I don't even want to look on Facebook because inevitably somebody I know is not around anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky. It's I mean, I take care of myself. I know some people, whatever, they didn't, and that's sometimes what it is, and sometimes it's a surprise for not even if they did, but you appreciate it every day. You really do. What does Ray say? And that's a quote from somebody. Enjoy every sandwich or something. I think Warren Zevon said that. Or something.
That's the one. Yep. Yep.
But it's true.
Nice.
It is.
We after James passed, Ray and I were pulling out of the parking lot from some show we were doing. And we're like, wow, man, I really feel lucky we get to play together. And then Ray was sick. 2018.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know when it was. We had talked with Tim Carbone, who's with Railroad Earth, and he and Andy Gessling, was an incredible musician, played so many instruments. They had played together for 25 plus years. And one of the things I was curious about is like, how do you honor that person but still find inspiration in what you do? Because that music family is going to change. It has to, but you can still, kind of find your way. And he said it's hard, but it's important to be
Yeah,
able to do that.
yeah. With Tony, we were like this rhythm section that he's from the same theory. He plays really, you know, this rhythm section, buddies. It's really it's really hard. I mean,
Like a dump truck running down a hill.
yeah, you know what I mean. And I never forget we played with Melvin Seals one time. He sat and he goes, "You guys got something going on over here." And then when we played with Susan Tedeschi and Derek and Locken, and she said the same thing. It's like, "You guys got something going on." I was like, "Thank you." It's like, again, too, it's not like, "Wow, man, you got some amazing chops." It's just like, it just breathes. But now, and then fortunately we got Dez, and he's a beautiful cat and an amazing player, and we played together over the years with Jen's band, so it was good. It's great to have him, and
Has that changed the dynamic?
I mean, he's got his style. It sounds great. It's and I was saying to somebody the other day, it really softened the pain because he's such a great spirit too, and he was a friend. So I look over and now it's not Tony, and then it's
That has to be weird.
I love Desron. He's a great dude, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him on Friday. And
when my kids started playing, she played travel softball for years, and when she started playing for high school, she said to me one day, "It's weird looking over and Serafina isn't next to me," because she'd played with this girl as her shortstop for years and years, and when they went to different high schools, and
yeah,
that has to be strange to look over and be like, "Wow."
yeah. Yeah, because Tony would always be like, we do a good show, goes, "We fooled them again." We'd say, just kidding,
Yeah.
And we just laugh and like, oh my God. And I'm very fortunate when we did those Beacon Jams. I don't know, man, who knows, but it's like the last one. We just stayed up in the green room and talked for like, they practically had to kick us out of there. And that was kind of the last time I saw him. And I feel so fortunate that we got to, spend that special time together. Because usually we just go back to a hotel because the hotel was right there. But so those are the kind of moments that I really miss with them too, other than playing.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.